And I am Nakia. Thank you so much for joining us. And Kat, we have 51,000 subscribers to celebrate. So if you stay with us until the end, we are going to have a giveaway just because we've reached 50,000. Now our next goal is to reach 100,000. So thank you guys. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Thank you tremendously. And again, we have channel membership available. You get to have all member chats with us and hang out with us and all of that wonderful things. But we have an amazing guest today. Who do we have, Kat?
Wow, that got me so excited.
Oh,
Really? Where did he go?
there he is.
Oh my
Need to
gosh.
make an
I'm like, who
entrance.
is this guy? I gotta meet him.
I like the way
Hey,
you in. That was great. Hi, Johnny.
hi there.
Thank you for joining us for an hour of your time in your crazy busy schedule with your 200 voiceovers that you have
Yeah, something like that.
to
We're going to start out with some questions from our channel members. So we have channel members, Patreon and Gold members that had some questions specifically for you and some comments, and then we'll go into the questions that we have. So is it okay if I read Scott's first, Cat, and then you can do? Okay. So Scott Biglicky said, "Hi Johnny, my wife Kirsty's 40th birthday was Friday the 21st. Can you please shout out happy birthday to her, please? And thank you, and I hope you come to the UK con soon. Thank you once again. It's morphin time."
Hey, did he say Kirsty or Christy?
Kirsty.
Kirsty?
Mm-hmm.
Kirsty. Kirsty?
Kirsty, Kirsty.
Okay, yeah, thank you. It's really hard on the phone speakers to hear. Happy birthday, Kirsty. Didn't say how old she was turning. That was a smart
40.
move.
40.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Um, you, you stopped telling around 29. Well, happy birthday, Kirsty. Of course, I'm joking, but I guess I haven't met you, but hopefully sometime in the future I will. Yeah, the UK, I do want to get over there. It's just a little tricky because you have to take more time off and, to be able to travel to get there. And there's just, it's much more complicated.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Do you do most of your work in the studio or from home? So is it hard for you to be able to do it when you're on the road to do your work?
Uh, Well, yeah, like if I'm traveling, I won't have like a decent rig. Like there have been times when I've done that, but it's the quality is not quite there.
Yeah,
So I'd actually have to probably find like a studio to go work in.
right.
But yeah, usually, well, I mean, here it's like my own studio, or I go into the studio.
Yeah, you just have all the things you need. It does make it tricky.
Yeah.
Yes. All
And
right.
studio you have, by the way. We were in awe of your amazing studio. It's quite fabulous from what we can see. Very good job.
Thank you. It's just lights. I
Makes
like
it
to. It's I have to set a mood for myself, and so I can get in the zone.
Yes, absolutely. You don't do anything halfway though. That's something that people need to know about Johnny is he is an extreme perfectionist. He does everything like 150%, everything he does. So as in the studio is one of those things, obviously.
That could. It's not a great thing to be that way, though.
I don't know. Work
Leads to trouble. Yeah.
work ethic's a good thing. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Kia.
No. I was going to say, because you're a perfectionist, is it hard for you when you're sending in takes to settle on the takes that you're going to send in if you're recording in your own studio?
Yeah, I do multiple takes usually, and even there have been times where I've sent the material in, and then I send more. I'm like, I had a better idea. Here's this. So that's happened before for sure. Yeah.
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 But there also sometimes it's like you just got to send something out and you just do it. So I do have a bit of a balance, understanding when I just need to like let whatever happen. But
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
why I'm so bad at doing like sometimes somebody will ask me to do like a video for like an appearance or something, and it takes me hours. Like I can't, like I don't feel good with just being like, hey, I'll see you at this whatever. It actually takes, and they aren't even that great too. Whenever they're out, it's like that was like probably the 10th time I did that whatever thing that I was doing to promote whatever appearance, but then that's just that's when I gave up basically. that's,
You're
that's
like,
when I'm
forget
like,
it.
forget it. All right, well, it is what it is.
No, I
Oh.
oh,
What was that?
I don't know.
Someone flush the toilet?
Or like a steamer going off. I completely relate to you, Johnny, because all of the takes, I mean, every audition outside of commercial is pretty much self-tape. And I remember being at New York Comic Con and I had like 3 auditions that came in back to back, back to back. I was in my room, cat knows, for over 12 hours because I wanted to. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to send this mess and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. So I get you on that front. We always want to do our best work, but sometimes we just take a little bit too much. So I get it. But anyway.
Yes. Well, I admire that in both of you. You've both got amazing work ethic. Okay. This question is from one of our channel members, David Matchin. He said, what influenced you to get into voiceover?
What influenced me?
Yeah.
I needed a job. It's as simple as that. I needed a job. It wasn't something that I went out and it wasn't like, oh, I want to do voiceover. It wasn't even something that I thought that I could do or that I would even be any good at. It just wasn't a career I thought of. But I worked on this film with Koichi and the stunt guys, and the camera was a Japanese camera, but the audio equipment, the gear wasn't, and so it didn't sync up. Something didn't work, and so it didn't sync up the frame rate or whatever, and so I had to go in and dub myself. And as I was dubbing myself on this movie, the producer happened to walk in and hear my voice and thought I had a decent hero voice, and then he asked me to come audition for this anime he was working on. And I auditioned for Trigun, and that was like the first voiceover gig for me. It was a total fluke. Yeah, it wasn't anything that I planned. It was just right place at the right time. Things. If the audio was perfect, then yeah, I wouldn't.
Then you wouldn't have had. Yes, he wouldn't have seen you. Isn't that amazing? That is divine intervention right there.
Yes, indeed.
Certainly wasn't planned.
Yeah, that's amazing, Johnny. Yeah, do you have another question or no?
No. Did you just channel member question?
Yeah, I've got them all here. Another channel member of ours, Sean Hidalgo, he said he doesn't have a question, but he just wanted to say he's very excited to meet you in Phoenix in April. He's going to be attending the con that you're going to.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Yes, he's really excited to meet you. And
that's
then
the best place because then I get to actually talk to people.
Exactly. Yes. They can get a feel for what a jerk you are. No, just kidding.
Exactly. face to face.
Face to face, exactly. And then Mario De Rosa, he said, what was and is your martial arts training, and how did it help you on Power Rangers?
Uh, well, before Power Rangers, it was Shaolin Kung Fu. Um, I mean, mostly Shaolin Kung Fu, but there was also some Muay Thai that was taught at that school as well, Northern Southern style Kung Fu, and then really like when I was on Power Rangers to now, it's just been a mix of various different things, training with various other stunt guys, and all over really. Jeet Kune Do was I was doing that for quite a while, and then Hapkido, and then I got into stick fighting and knife fighting,
Mm,
Balenta walk, and then Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and so those I really Jiu Jitsu and the stick and knife fighting. That's the kind of stuff I still kind
yeah.
of do, but the rest of it's all still sort of there.
Are you going through the ranks of jujitsu, like testing and everything? You are.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, I've been working on this film and that I've been doing that I've for like a year, and that thing has taken up a lot of my free time. So yeah,
Mm,
but I have been. Yeah,
yeah, that's
I'm a
awesome.
Brown at this point.
That's awesome. That's
But
awesome. I know.
what you didn't share though, Johnny, is that I actually was the master in all of those classes and taught you everything. Why didn't you share that with everybody?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That, is that where I got my mastery in stick fighting?
Yes. We learned it all from Nakia.
To do the split, but yes.
Yeah, they
Okay,
just
my
roll back and watch the episodes of Zio.
Exactly. That says it all right there.
all right. On Power Rangers, we had a lot of challenges. Is there anything you would change about your time on the show? And what are some of your future goals?
Is there anything I would change? Um, that's interesting. Because if looking at it now, if I had the knowledge that I have now, yeah, I would absolutely change what I did on the show. I've got so much more experience as an actor, and just camera work, and so I understand a lot more. So I would totally change things up quite a bit, um, within whatever limitations there are. Like if there's if I have a scene, then yeah, I would probably adjust things. All over the place, fight scenes as well. I would absolutely. Um, what was the second part of that question?
What are some of your future goals?
Future goals? Well, I mean, just to continue being creative. I still do quite a bit of voiceover. There's plenty of other projects I'm working on. I like mentioned, I do have a film that I am wrapping up. Hopefully, the VFX has taken me about a year to finish, and I think by the end of March, I should have all the VFX done. So then I'll be shopping it around or whatever. I posted some stuff about it a long time ago. And then I was like, you know what? I shouldn't post anything else until I'm done because then, then people ask about it all the time. And then you're like, well, I'm still working on it. So definitely more films. We do have another project we want to do as soon as this one's completed. Another film. Yeah, continue writing and producing and directing and acting, and got some more voiceover coming up. Devil May Cry on Netflix on April
Yes, I
3rd.
saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Gabriel and the Guardians. The first episode's out. So they've really pushing that right now for everyone to check it out. So yeah, same old stuff, I guess. Just keep going.
Would
And then
you
my band, we have music too that we want to release this year. If I can get some of this stuff off my plate.
I don't know how you have time to do everything. With would you have any desire to produce and direct an anime or an animated series, or do you prefer on camera for directing and producing?
I don't know that I would want to. Not at this point. Like I don't think I'd want to produce an anime or anything like that at this point.
Mhm.
I don't mind. acting in one, or being part of like, you know, I don't know, developing or even making up stories or coming up with, character stuff. That's all fine. I don't know
Mm.
if I'd want to produce though. It's a
Okay.
lot more. It's a lot more of a weight on your shoulder. A lot more that you have to have going. I
Right.
don't. I'm certain that I could do it, but it's not something that I think I'm really, at this point, at least, not passionate about.
Right, right. So my question is, what inspired you to begin Vox Rocket Studios? When did you kind of start thinking about that, like having your own production company?
Well, I've toyed with that for a very long time of working on independent projects and things with friends. And there were a few projects that I worked on where there was a producer that was really kind of in charge, and a lot of things were like, that didn't come together right, or different things that I was a part of that I saw where things could have been better. And then um, where like the film was complete, and then the producer just didn't know how to like take to sell it, I guess, and so distribution was never over here, it was just overseas or some weird thing like that, or it falls apart like once the thing was completed. So I'd been a part of a bunch of different things like that where um, I was part of something and then it just kind of didn't happen.
Mm,
So I really just wanted to see like, why is that, like, can I take something from the beginning to the end, and so like I know most of all the parts. It was always the last bit that I'm like, well, I don't know what that looks like really. So we did, we've done some short films and things like that, and they won awards, and so this is going to be our first full feature length film,
mhm,
and we're already gearing up for the second one, at least story wise. And so, it's just, I just, I know that I'm capable of doing a certain amount of things, and then you get the right people around you, and then
mhm,
you finish up a project. It takes time though.
mhm.
Like post production for me, like it's been about a year, but it's been me, like alone doing post
And
production.
you're learning a new skill. Like this is not something that you've taught yourself how to do this. So that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, and it would be something where I'd want to have somebody do this part of it, absolutely, but until I know how to do it, I don't know the language. Like, if I was to try to explain what I want, it'd be a lot harder for me to go like, "Well, I kinda want this," and then they'd be coming up with a bunch of different things to send to me, and then I'm like, "Wow, that's not at all what I was looking for." So it's easier for
Mhm,
me to, right now, see the vision through as far as I can with all the limitations that I have right now, and then
mhm,
get the one thing done and then go on to the next one, and then have a better understanding of that very specific job. So I wore multiple hats, and I've done that. I always do that pretty much when I do a project or a film, and but then once I find somebody who's capable of doing that job and do it, and exceeding in that far more than I could, then it's like, okay, then you please take that job from me.
mhm. Right, right. Finding those right people. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
which takes time too, because you work with people. Nakia, I reached out to you, remember? And so there's been a few people like Oasis where I'm like, oh, I'm definitely keeping Oasis around for any projects that we're doing. There's been people like that where like we're keeping these people around for the next projects, and hopefully we can get bigger and better budgets.
Right.
Um, and so that's the goal, is just kind of start from this whatever little foundation and see if we can continue to make it move.
Yeah.
everything is trial and error when it comes to productions, and those of you that are watching, Johnny was very helpful with my first film, Class Dismissed. I remember texting him. It was a web series. Then we just combined the episodes and I just sold it. It wasn't a film format or anything like that, but he helped me get the music and stuff together, I was so grateful to you for that. So, in the future with your production company, can you see yourself like a Tyler Perry with your own studios, or you just want to keep it like a small team and just put out quality content?
Well, I don't know if I'm picturing like like owning like studios to be able to do that stuff. I'm not opposed to that. I haven't thought that far, you know. Right now it's these smaller targets, you know. It's like, well, okay, so we've done like however a handful of short films. Let's see what a feature film would be like. You know, and so, you know, that's the first target is like, all right, well, let's complete a feature film. And then and so it's kind of a step by step thing. I love the team that I have right now that for production and all the stunt people that I know. And so again, it's like, well, all right, how can we level up from this one? So each one is going to hopefully be a level up, you know. And maybe that does mean at some point we have a much bigger, you know, studio and crew and whatever. But there's also a lot more to that, you know. It's like I've been on projects that were not huge budgets but like $2 or $3 million budgets, and I just see them wasting money, you know,
Mm,
left and right. And it's like, wow, I've been sitting around for, you know, 8 hours and I haven't even worked today, and they're paying me just to sit here, you know. And
mm,
not just me but like all these people in this room. So I've seen a lot of waste, and so, you know, I'm definitely thinking smaller now. But I'm comfortable it being small, but I want to be able to like to have the budget that makes it like whoever, like stunt guys for example, so that they get paid even more the next time I bring them in, you
Yeah.
know. And then the next project even more. Like I don't want to keep it like the same way throughout
mm,
constantly. I know there's a bit of that, and it's a bit of a balancing act, you know. But because budget's very tricky, especially in LA. You spend so much just in locations and insurance. You know,
mm,
doing action scenes, then, you know, it caught that's more. And depending on what the action is, and certain locations here in LA, they'll punish you if you go over. You know,
Yeah.
you end up having to pay twice that budget, which is a lot of times like $3,000 or more for the day,
oh my
many
God.
times a lot more. And so then, yeah, your budget is gone, you know, on locations. And so,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you film this most recent film in LA, or did you take
Yeah.
it? You did.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one was filmed in LA. It made more sense. We shot a western in Montana, and that was pretty awesome. But we had a very small crew. It was
Mm.
3 people, you know,
Oh
and
wow. Yeah.
and that, you know, not including some of the cast, but, you know, so it was a really hard shoot. But we got the location there for super cheap, and it looked is like an actual ghost town.
Mm.
Looked really great and had a cool cemetery and all that. But here it just made sense, you know, to find the money, you know, and which was, you know, my own money. and then, and then, you know, and then, you know, the wife is like, what is this? What is this? Oh, what? I don't know,
Huh?
mom.
What are you talking
And
about?
later going like, oh, that's all for the movie. the movie that you produced. You know,
Oh,
you don't remember
well, you
that?
do what you got to do the first time around, right?
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking
Yeah.
it back to Power Rangers, because a lot of our fans on here love Power Rangers. Are there any favorite moments on set that you'd like to share that you can think of?
Um, no, on set. Let me think.
Not
Excuse
I mean,
you?
it's so long ago though. It's like 30 years ago, you know? And so like it's like it depends. Like I have to uber focus, you know, on, you know, a time period. Otherwise it's just random things that pop up into my head. Like
what about your
we
movie?
were shooting Turbo. Like we were shooting Turbo and just us hanging out shooting the videos. Remember Cat running
Yep,
around
behind the
with Jason
scenes.
Frank, and he was playing like a weird a creeper or something like that, trying to,
Creepy.
yeah,
Yeah.
trying to, I don't know, catch you. I
Yeah,
don't know,
he
or
was
kill you.
chasing me around the all the like we were making like a little horror film and you had your little
Yeah.
Super 8 cameras. I know, it was so funny.
You
Yeah.
have that? Do you have that footage?
I gave that stuff to Jason. I think he has that stuff,
Ah,
or he
damn it.
had that stuff. So I don't know who has it now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We
Wow.
Kat and I were talking about that. That's so funny. We were talking about that and wondering where that was. I remember that. I remember being inside the woods, looking at you guys, and our cars
Yeah.
that would start, that would putt putt, and we would talk about your van. Do you remember?
Oh, the van. That van was. I
What?
mean,
a frog,
I
a
mean,
van.
looks great on on film, but like even just walking up to those things close up, I was like, "Ew, this paint job's terrible." And then you get inside it, and it's like, "Oh gosh, it's not. It's like
Janky.
it really, yeah,
It
Yeah.
was
it's not as cool as
No,
the toys." Yeah,
I don't think mine even had a seat in it, like a
mine
proper
had a seat, but everything else was ripped out,
ripped out.
and it
Yeah.
wasn't a good seat either.
No,
Yeah.
it was just like they ripped all the upholstery out, and I think I
Yeah.
was sitting on like metal. I don't even think it was like a cushion on mine.
yeah.
Right, and then they
Yeah.
cut to that shot of us like driving them like inside, going
Yeah.
woo, whatever, and it's like a lot bigger. It's like it does not look like that in there.
Exactly.
Was there a running joke that we were calling because you had a van, we were calling you like a kidnapper or something? Wasn't there something we were saying?
The pedo van.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
It wasn't white, at least.
maybe
It
I
wasn't
maybe I
white.
blocked it out in my head.
It did have tinted windows, but it wasn't a white van.
It did have tinted windows. Actually, I don't even know if they were tinted. I think they're just painted black.
Oh my gosh. But you did get to go to Hawaii. You were the only one, so.
I did, yeah. There's like a bunch of stuff that was in the script, like the first film. There's a lot of stuff that was in there. Like I had like this whole adventure with a mermaid.
Yes.
It's like this love interest that was out of nowhere. And then, yeah, I remember that. And then it's so weird. Like I thought, yeah, like you guys are out there and the thing blows up, and I'm supposed to think you guys died or something.
Yeah.
I had
It was
like
a dramatic moment.
Yeah.
Your first like big Oscar-winning tear.
Cut. All of it.
Cut. Exactly. Didn't make it in. Cut. No, it's emotional.
Yeah.
How many days were you in Hawaii? I was the only one that didn't travel, by the way.
I was. You sound bitter.
I was like, but that was Tanya.
Yeah, I was there for 2 weeks. I think it was like 1 week shooting, but I was like, I had like a week while I was there just to kind of go around
Explore.
Maui.
Wow.
Yeah, it was cool. But they didn't use, or we didn't end up doing a lot of it. It was just kind of like simplified. Nakia, there's that whole stuff in the script that Koichi had written in there where we were supposed to like be crawling out of the ocean after the big battle trying to save, Jason and Kimberly, and suits were supposed to be all ripped up. There's like a bunch of cool sequences that Koichi had come up with, but they just never did. It would have been so much better too. It would have actually explained why we needed powers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the Zeo powers.
When you went to Hawaii, was David Winning still the director during that time, or did that switch over to Shuki?
Jonathan Secor.
Jonathan directed you?
I'm pretty sure it was Jonathan. Oh wait, actually, you know what? I don't know. I do remember Jonathan shot the stuff with me on the cliff, but I don't know if we shot that in California or not.
The reason why I'm asking is because after David left, most of the stuff that he filmed, we ended up redoing with Shuki, and he didn't use a lot of the things that David filmed. For you to be out there 2 weeks and only a small little section of that ended up airing, I just wondered if it was under David or under Shuki when he took over.
If I'm being honest, I don't remember. It's kind of a blur, a lot of that. But I do remember Jonathan shooting some of the sequence, but I don't know if that was like that might have been back in California.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, there's a whole extra boat sequence.
Yeah, was there?
Yeah. Well, I had a fight scene on a boat.
Another one.
Daytime. It was actually daytime.
Really?
Yeah, and then Shuki shot all the stuff for night. Yeah, we turned.
Yeah, all the pod monsters. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a whole. Yeah, you guys had fight. We had a fight. You don't remember? Koichi shot that stuff on the boat. Big action scene.
Well,
I only remember the pod monsters. I don't remember another one.
Remember those amazing fights that we had that Koichi had
with the slime, with those slimy
guys. The
curveball guys. Yeah.
And none of it made it. None of it
No.
made. I would love to see the lost footage. That would be freaking fantastic.
Yeah, and the campfire scene that didn't make it in.
None of it.
When we're
Some really great moments.
Yeah, we did. Do your children have any do they do martial arts? Do they have any interest in acting? Or
My kids did study martial arts a little bit when they were younger,
Mhm,
and my daughter now is kind of more doing the volleyball thing,
mhm.
and my son is into gaming,
Yes, like all boys are.
like so into gaming right now. But
Uh,
but it's cool though. I mean, there's he's able to do something like with Roblox to be able to build his own worlds. Like
mhm.
he has knowledge of like coding and things like that. That I'm like, wow.
Yes.
So he's built some worlds on there. But what was the
But
second part of that
not
question?
acting? Are
Oh,
they
acting.
interested in acting?
Well, they did do some voiceover, and Jet has definitely done a bit more. He's had more time to do it, um, and he's done some Ultraman. He's
Oh,
done voice.
really?
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
Does he just do it because dad is like he wants to work with his dad, or does he like actually have interest in it?
Well, they were looking. They just asked, I believe, randomly, like, "Hey, do you have a kid? Right? We need some kids in this. What? There's a bunch of kids in the one that he did." So I was like, "Yeah, I could see." And so both of them, my daughter and he did some voiceover for it, and then you know they just kept calling him back a couple more times for some other characters in the later
Wow.
episodes. But yeah, he did really well with it, and he's able to have decent inflection and whatnot. But for him, it's more like, I get paid for this, right? Can I use that to buy some Robux?
I need a new video game, Dad.
Love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
That's
guys, I just had to look. We have like 30 super chats that have come in for Johnny. Johnny's super chats are questions that come in
wow.
the crowd that are viewing, and there are quite a bit. So I think we have you for 25 more minutes that we could try to get through all of these questions, if that's okay.
Yep.
Alex,
He's gonna rapid fire.
I'm going to rapid fire these for you. This one's coming in from David, and David says, Johnny, have you met Masakazu Morita, the Japanese voiceover actor for Ichigo?
Yes, I did. I met him once at in Hawaii for a convention, and he was like in the back room throwing like imaginary baseballs. And then I just walked up to him. I was like, "Hey!" And he's like, "Ugh!" I scared him. But yeah, he's super cool. And yeah, met him there at Kauai Con, I believe.
Very nice. This one's coming in
Sloop
from David as what was
Wait,
that?
the Snoop Dogg. There was a Snoop Dogg right before David.
Snoop Dogg. I don't have a Snoop Dogg on my end.
Snoop.
I was getting excited. The actual Snoop Dogg? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't see that one on my end.
I'll do it. Hello, Catherine and Nakia. Hope you are all well. Great to see you at MegaCon. Hope you're doing well, Johnny. What was it like making Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, and Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, from Peter Sloop? Whoop, whoop.
What was it?
What was the question?
What was it like? It was cool.
I think he answered that before too while you guys were talking.
What was it like making Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie and the Turbo movie? Well, we talked about the Turbo movie. So what was it like making the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie?
It was awesome. Yeah, it was like I mean, it was a better budget than the show, of course. The suits were really cool. It was my first time to be out of the country and shooting in Australia, and it was cool. It was a very neat experience, and I wouldn't trade that for anything. That was a really cool time.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And it prepared him to understand his future castmate, Cat. He understood the words. He was like, I understand this language.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Yes.
Nakia taught you
it was
martial
a really
arts.
interesting time though, because it was a very lonely time for me as well. Like I felt very alone there because I was like away, and we didn't all hang out And so, but it was like I really kind of discovered myself being there by myself.
Mm,
You know, yeah, it's cool.
that's interesting.
Nice. That's a
You were just a wee lad at that
I
age.
was,
Yeah.
yes.
beautiful long flowing hair. This one's
Hey, they made me do that. Actually, that was not the first movie, the second movie.
That was
everyone wanted that hair, dude. Are you serious right now? This one's again is coming from David. Hey Johnny, how was it meeting Austin St. John, Walter Jones for the first time? And did you ever meet the late Tui Trang?
I never met Twee. The first time I met Austin and Walter was they were having like this party. Um, my actually stunt double from the TV show, well, actually, he did the movie too. Danny Stalkup was roommates with him, and he was like, "Hey, we're doing a party." And so a few of us went over there. Steve came along, and so I met them there. I don't think Walter remembers, but I met him, and yeah, I mean, it seemed fine. And then I didn't see them for a very long time until it was like a convention somewhere in Houston, maybe. Yeah, but it's cool. But it was like weird though, because it's like we replaced them, but it wasn't like we replaced them. It wasn't like our choice. It was like, it just showed up for an audition. So it's kind of, or at least I felt like a weirdness, but that was probably my perspective of like, is this gonna be weird? Kind of a thing, But
Yeah.
it wasn't. It really wasn't though. Steve was fine. Steve was like, yeah, Steve being Steve. Like, not thinking about anything, just like, hey, let's have fun.
That's sweet.
This next one again from David. Hey Johnny, did Walter Jones give you any advice, and did you give Roger Velasco any advice when you left the show?
No, I did not get any advice from Walter. Again, it was very brief when I had met him, and it was at a party at his house, so it wasn't like he's going to spend a lot of time with me. And Roger, no, not really. It was I wasn't there that long. I think we found out, and then we were gone.
Yeah,
and so
exactly.
Wow.
There wasn't a whole lot of time there. Yeah.
This one's coming up from Buffalo Ditka. It's the end of my birthday month. Turned 42 earlier in the month. No, it's not a question. It's just let's go. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Buffalo Ditka.
Yeah. I read it twice before I said it just to make sure. Because I was like, I'm not getting in trouble. Brandon Lister says, good afternoon, everyone. Johnny, which PR suit was your favorite, and who has been your favorite character to lend your voice to?
Probably the first movie, Mighty Morphin, the Black Ranger suit. I thought was pretty cool. It just looked cool. And voice-wise, there's just far too many. All the way from Vash to Ichigo, and then of course this new one, Gabriel and Guardians. But as well, I'm very excited for everyone to experience Devil May Cry.
Yes,
me as Dante. So that's going to be really neat experience.
I played that a lot.
Is Dan Southworth going to be part of that too?
I'm not allowed to speak about certain things.
Look at that look he just gave. That was an NDA look.
I will say that there's a good chance that you will hear some people you're familiar with in the future.
So cool.
Okay. Cool.
Breaking news, everyone. This next one's from Ben Hamilton. Sup, ladies? What it is, Adam? I found out you were in anime Ocean City a year before Cat. Had I known, I would have been there. Met her and Rocky last year. It was awesome. So more of a statement than a question.
Yeah.
Wanda Santana says, hello, Cat, Nakia, and Johnny. Greetings from work.
Hey.
Ben Hamilton, I knew you were Bleach.
Yeah.
But I had no idea you were Brawly from Dragon Ball Super Brawly. Wow.
Yeah, I'm now Broly, yeah.
Wow, you know a lot. This one's from.
Can I ask a quick question, just the Broly question, because I know people will want to know this. How hard is it to voice match?
I'm not voice matching.
Oh, you're not voice matching. Okay, it's your own version.
Yeah, there's just no way that I would even want to try to do that. I'm not the right person for that, anyways.
Right.
So yeah. not
Okay.
voice matching.
Make it your own. It's good to
Yeah,
make.
but anytime you take on a role that somebody else, even like Dante, like a lot of people expect, oh, it's gonna try to make it sound just like that. Like, no, I'm gonna do my version of that character.
Yes.
Man, I could hear you as Shadow from Sonic. I don't know why, but
That's crazy. I keep hearing that.
yeah, dude, that's crazy.
People
You should
keep
go for
telling
it.
me that.
Drop that
Well, I
other
think
guy
it's
who
already.
plays him.
Isn't it already done? Didn't
Yeah, it
they
is,
already-
but
isn't it
they're doing a
Keanu?
part 4 already. You can
Well,
jump
they're
in
gonna
and
get
take over.
Keanu. They're not. They have no need.
Who is that? Who'd he ever beat? No one. All right, next one up is David again. Hey, Johnny, I read on your Wikipedia page that you said Power Rangers was a lot of fun, but
Huh?
is a kid show, which made it difficult to find work.
Yeah, that is true.
Better with Bob with a question mark said, love the story of you pretending to be in the FBI.
What? I
Oh,
didn't know that
my
story.
gosh. Where did you hear that? That must have been like at a random convention. It was a long time ago. I was
Okay.
in DC, and if you go there, they're selling like FBI jackets and beanies, and it was really cold, and I wasn't prepared for the weather, and so I stopped at one of these stands, and I grabbed like an FBI beanie and an FBI jacket, and I think there's female body inspector, so I think that's what they're supposed to stand for in that. But they just said FBI, right? They had like a mug and stuff like that, but I didn't get it. But anyways, I wore that and I was like walking around and with my wife, and people were looking at me sort of funny. And then I started to think, oh man, they must actually think I'm FBI. And so then occasionally I'd touch my ear and talk into my collar, like do that kind of a thing. Just when I noticed people looked at me funny, that's when I would do it.
Oh my gosh, Johnny.
Just being
How
stupid.
long ago was that?
What?
How long ago was that?
Oh, this was a very long time ago. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
More than 10 years ago. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
From
Tom-
the UK. That he
From
better
the UK, yeah.
UK. So he heard it all the way in the UK.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's hilarious.
Unless there's
With a-
another FBI story I don't know about.
With a question mark at the end. Tom O'Neill says, hi, Johnny. Have you read Across the Morphing Grid by critically acclaimed author Nakia Reese? What did you
Critically
think
acclaimed.
of the story's ending?
I did not, but she did warn me that it was coming or something was coming.
Yes.
And I didn't even know it was out. Like, there's not, like, where am I supposed to see this? Like, you just told me, were we at a convention or something? And you just briefly mentioned.
We were at Power Morphicon
Was it
vacation.
Morphicon?
Yeah.
Okay, so you brought something up like that, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then I was like, oh, okay, I guess you got to save me or something in it, right? I think I made that joke.
Because she taught you all you know. Come on, Johnny.
Of course. Like, well, everybody has to save Adam. Don't worry, I've got my own work. Like, me and Narvi have one that we're working on, and it's not like dark Power Rangers. It's a little more light. Actually, it does get dark, but it's funny.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love
This
it.
next one.
I haven't read the story.
I didn't even know it was out.
Yeah, it came out in November. It's the lead characters are you, Karen, and myself, and you and Karen are part of the SBA, and you guys are going out on a mission. So I took the once and always story of you guys being the SBA, and Tanya. We're dating. Tanya's character and Adam's character are dating. I gave the fans what they've asked for, and you guys get the Machine Empire. They come in and they capture you guys. They've captured you, and they left Karen for dead.
Mhm.
And you're calling me. You're calling me through your phone, and I come to find you. And yes, because with all my martial arts training and my jiu-jitsu as I hit myself in the head. Come and save you, but you tear them apart at first. You fighting them and all of that stuff.
All right. Well, I should read it. You don't need to tell me the whole thing now. You're gonna spoil it.
Okay. Are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll
really
give
good,
it then.
Johnny.
It
She did really
sounds
good.
like you did a better job than what I did with Legend of the White Dragon in the original story, because I killed you off.
Oh,
What?
You don't remember that? Yeah, I like written like us, like we had a baby and everything, and you and the baby died, and that's why I was very angry. That's
Oh,
why I had that big scar on my face. In the
brutal.
original version of Legend of the White Dragon.
Wow.
I know I killed you right off. I know,
So sweet.
and our recently born child. So
Wow.
Great.
Gosh.
wow.
at
Yeah.
least you kept me alive. All right. Anyway.
We survive in our story, so you have to read it.
Okay, I'll check it out.
This next one's from Johnny. Johnny, thank you for sending all of these in, by the way. Any chance you can do a meet and greet in Madrid, Spain?
Ooh.
You might be the only person that would want me there in Spain. Yeah, usually all that stuff goes through my managers, so it's just a matter of there being enough people there and a desire there, and then that's how we get invited. Is like our the convention or whatever event reaches out to our managers, and then our managers try to find the time and see if they can set it up. But I will say that they've already got me booked and booking into 2026. So.
Wow, that's awesome. It's great. This next one's coming up from Andrew Thomas. Hey, Cat, Nakia, and Johnny. It was good meeting Johnny years ago and Cat last year. I enjoyed Johnny's voice work on JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
Nice. Yeah. That was a bizarre adventure.
This one's coming in from Ben Hamilton, from SC Black Ranger to Zeo Ranger, 4 Green to First Green Turbo Ranger to co-founder of SPD. What a ride.
Yeah. Wow, Ben.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, you got a lot there.
And there's more in the comic that Nakia wrote.
Yes. He's
Were you-
alive.
Actually, where does it take place in the comic? Like, is it after the stuff that we saw in Once and Always, or is it before all that?
After.
Oh, after. Okay. That's cool. Did Steve do one too, or am I spoiling it?
Yeah.
Oh, he did one too? Because I heard, okay. Who else has done? Kat, did you do one?
I helped Melissa. I consulted with Melissa for the 30th anniversary comic, and then Walter and David did one, and then Amy.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
You know what's crazy? Did you guys go to them, or did they ask you?
Well, JD, my business partner, he was the one that made the suggestion, because I wasn't even thinking about writing a comic. I was like, whatever. And he's the one that made the suggestion. So I actually reached out to Boom. And then I think after I reached out to them is when they were like, oh, maybe we should do an anthology. This is what I'm gathering in my head, just in speaking to Steve and them, that after I reached out to them, they thought about possibly doing, a couple of Rangers. And so that's how we all ended up in the same book across the North.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, then nobody reached out to me. Probably because I'd kill everybody off. But that's
Wow.
Kill them all. Kill them all.
Great story, though. That would be great. This next one again from David. Johnny, since you work on JoJo, did you ever meet the late Billy Kametz? Did I say that right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah, I met him a few times at conventions and, passing in the studio.
Very cool. This one's from Lafayette Williams. Hey, Johnny, did you... Oh, no, John. Hey, Johnny, how did it to play as Adam Park as different Rangers in different seasons? I'm assuming he's saying how was it to play Adam Park in different seasons? Yeah.
I mean, it was cool. It was the same character, but there's this, a little bit of progression each time, and so, yeah, it's awesome. Really like the character. It's one of those things where I was still very, I didn't really know a lot about acting when I first started. And so each time I was like, well, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to try to do this, or I'm going to, and so I tried to take it on a little bit differently each time with a little more knowledge. But then also very limited within whatever space we're given to perform.
I think that's why the comics are cool, because it broadens you up.
Yeah.
This one's coming from Pierre Sales. Which anime did you have the most fun working on?
So many of them. Devil May Cry's been really, really awesome.
I can't wait. Yes. This one's coming in from the Phantasm. Hunter the Wonder Dog sends his regards.
Okay, Hunter.
Woof, woof.
This one's coming. Oh, this I know. Spooky Appalachia. Oh gosh, is Johnny Yong Bosch. You're one of my heroes. You guys are the reason I got into martial arts as a kid, and now I own a school.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah.
Good job. I hear that a lot whenever I go to like an event or something or an appearance. I always think that's super cool.
It was
Yeah.
better than doing it in the bedroom and kicking the crap out of your brother through a wall. Not that that had ever happened with me. This was coming in from Regos, the Sky Dragon. Hey, Johnny, I saw your performance in the movie Extreme Heist. I also want to see your movie Broken Path. Can we expect any other projects like this?
Yes. There's Hellfire, but I don't know when that's coming out. Um, that one's one that I worked on with Stephen Lang, and Harvey Keitel was in it. Name drop.
Oh,
Wow, that's
Uh,
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty cool to be a part of that. And then and then my film Spades.
Pretty dope.
And he has Arc Exodus as well, which I really encourage you guys to watch it. It's really,
Yes.
really cool. And
Yeah, if you guys wanted to check out some of our short films that we did, just go to voxrocketstudio.com and they should be up there. Most of them you can click on and watch a trailer and then also click on a link to watch the short films.
and you might see some familiar faces.
Yes.
You may. You may.
Regos the Sky Dragon writes back and says, "Hey Johnny, is there any news about the Ranger collaboration, The Order?"
No, that was so long ago. As far as I know, I don't think
Cut.
that's happening. It's it's long gone. That the opportunity for that I think has passed. And I thought it was a great idea in the beginning. Certainly, a lot of things could be said. Even that trailer, like although the trailer, I wasn't even playing my part on the trailer. That part was actually originally Jason Frank's part, but then he didn't want to do it, and then they didn't have anybody else to play that part, to play the villain, so I was just filling in. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that anything's come of that. I don't know if Nakia or any of you guys know any more than that. I know that there was a comic. My guess is that that is not happening. I think it was shut down, right? Didn't SAG do something and shut it down, and then you guys had to pay whatever money, certain money that was given for the project, and then you guys were already in pretty deep with locations, and it was just over.
Basically, the SAG came in and bankrupted the production guys. And I know people are still asking about that. I was not a producer on that, but I do know that Karen worked really hard. We were a week away from filming, and SAG came in pretty much and bankrupted the production, causing
She lost all her money.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate, but that sort of thing does happen, and it really does stink. Just the way that worked out. Karen absolutely wanted that to happen, and she did try to continue making that happen, but it's just unfortunate, this situation. Yeah. But
Right,
I would probably pretty much say that that's not happening.
I got a few more. Wait, what was that, Nikia? You want me to stop?
real quick. She's still working on some stuff with that in regards
With The Order?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not in it. I could say that I'm not part of that at this.
Yeah. So. We are probably, guys, not going to. We only have Johnny for 5 more minutes. You guys are quite amazing with all of the. We probably have 20 more super chats. We're not going to make it through.
Yeah.
But we just want to
actually. Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I have to go hop on another live. With Ripaverse for Gabriel and the Guardians right after this.
Ooh.
If you wanted to go ask your questions over there, I don't know how it's set up.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even know if it will work, but if there's a chance to ask a question there, you can try there.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is.
Always thinking, aren't you, Johnny?
Can we ask maybe 1, 2 more questions, and then we had a fun question to ask you at the end before you go?
Okay, so this one's coming from Mix DJ Black Ranger 21. Johnny, I'm a huge Black Ranger fan. So giving you love and praise.
Thank you.
This one is from David Mackin. Hi, Johnny. I've been told I have a good tone of voice for voiceovers. What material would you suggest to use to practice and maybe post on YouTube while avoiding copyrights? Any appearances in Ohio?
That's a lot. Man, that's a really tough question, because that'd be like somebody like me going up to some martial artist and be like, "Hey, I'm a martial artist. What do I need to work on to get better?" And without me training with that person, and then that
Mm,
person saying, "Oh, you need to work on your defense or your offense." It's not until we have that interaction. And so I don't know specifically. I can just give you a broad kind of blanket thing. Is like, be acting. Find a place to act. An atmosphere that you can learn the whole process of acting, because it does take a whole lot of time to really develop yourself as an actor. And even when you think you're great, you're not quite there yet, and there's always more to learn. So find an acting coach, or a place where you can start acting. As far as posting things on YouTube, I don't know. I don't even know all that stuff. I think it's anything that's like owned material. I'm not sure you can do, but I'm sure if you're doing your version of something, it's probably fine. Um, but yeah, if it's something you absolutely want to do, I would seek out people like Steve Bloom, who teach, and he's like a known voice actor, so he's got credits. But someone like that, or find some place where you could start acting and developing yourself as an actor. I hope that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Kat, do you want to ask your question? Because he needs to go in like 3 minutes. You're fun.
Sure. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why?
Superpower, invisibility.
Oh.
Why?
Because sometimes you just want to get away and disappear from everything.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I have one fun question to ask you.
Okay.
If you found a talking jackrabbit in your closet, what would you
Okay. If I found a talking jackrabbit in my closet,
what would you do?
I would probably ask it, "What are you doing in my closet? Uh, do you live here? Do you need something to eat? Um, how can you talk?" And then I'd base my decisions off of those answers.
Thank you, Johnny.
Oh,
We
buddy.
Yeah.
That was
Thank you guys.
um,
Appreciate you.
thank you so much for your time, and we love you and hope to see you very soon.
Yeah, we'll see you at
Thank you.
Ranger Stop and Pop for sure. And
Yes. Oh, that's right. Friday. I'll be there Friday.
yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes. So have a really great live and best of luck. Guys, please go to his website. It's Vox Rocket Studios. Check out all of his productions and short films and see what he's up to. Thank you so much, Johnny.
Thank you guys.
You're the best.
Bye.
Bye. Yay.
Hey.
Sorry we had to cut it. There's so many things to share. It's hard to fit it all in.
Yeah, but I'll just read the names of those just so that you guys can get some love, because thank you for supporting our channel.
Yes, thank you.
Lafayette Williams, we did Corey Banfield, Bruce Walters, Rumham, Miguel Angel, Sean Bitts, Mixed DJ Black Ranger 21,
Woo!
Scott Nicky, Swag Yolo Smith, Jacobson, and then Mixed DJ Black Ranger 21 again. Thank you guys so much for all of your super chats. We're so grateful. Actually, I'm going to load this again because I think that I probably missed some. Yes, because there were some more. David and Bolton. Thank you guys so much for your questions and trying to rip through those, Alex. You're amazing.
Yes, thank you.
I was trying. I'm sorry, everyone. I could only, as a Puerto
Shout
Rican, I
out
mess
to
up a lot of
Alex.
words.
Shout out.
So.
Yes, shout out.
But we do have something very special you want to show, don't we?
Yeah. So, guys, speaking of productions, I produced a movie. I think I've spoken about it before. It's won a couple of awards. It's called Back to Bridgewood. It's a comedy, and it is going to be airing live finally on several different platforms: Amazon, Apple TV, Fandango. I'm going to be posting all of those. There you go. It's right there. And it's going to be available March 4th. So that is next Tuesday. I am going to show you the trailer if you haven't seen it.
Yay.
Can you play that for us, please?
Humans Liz Johnson?
Liz Johnson.
Liz Johnson!
My name is Liz Johnson, and I had everything until I had nothing.
Well, hello, Miss Johnson. You've technically been in a coma for about 3 months.
3 months? What the?
What happened? Oh, did you have late payments or something? I was in a coma for 3 months. Of course they were late.
With nothing left, I had to go where I swore I would never go back to. I can't go back to Bridgewood, Ed.
What? Why not? Everyone in Bridgewood loves you.
Hi, Harry.
What do you want?
Why don't you come with me to the school today?
No thanks. I have a Hollywood career to restart.
No, I'm still here.
Don't put me on hold again!
My career is over. I don't know what to do. I'm out of ideas.
Do something totally different, like get a day job.
But in my most desperate moment,
Get out. You're fired.
This is gonna be so much fun!
To be or not to be is the question.
that's Shakespeare. Well, that was a winner. A voice of hope came from an unlikely source. I'm here for a paycheck, so don't expect me to help you with your classwork, your handiwork, your schoolwork, or any other type of work. Who helped me see that old habits die hard.
I don't like bullies.
But you're one yourself.
Who do you think you are? Yoda? You know nothing about me.
Let's get it together.
I had to decide to make a change.
I just want everyone to know that I...
That's disgusting. What is wrong with her?
As the good book says, pride comes before the fall. Why didn't someone tell me sooner? Wasn't really a diva, though.
Hey, Ryan.
Okay, a little bit.
Oh, so proud.
Thank you. Guys, this has been a lifelong passion of mine to start a production company, write and produce and get it out there. I'm also I'm selling the DVD. You can get a DVD or a flash drive, and I, for the first 100 sold, am going to autograph. It comes with a free autograph just for supporting me. You can go to my website. It's up now, nakiabarese.com, if you want to order your copy. I am so just blessed. Did you happen to see 2 of the Rangers that were inside of that wonderful film? The lovely Jason Font, who is like a brother to me and Cat. He's guest starring in there, co-starring, and Serena Vincent. Just such a support, and we just had a lot of really, really talented people that took part of this. I filmed this in 2023, and for it to finally get released, I'm really excited. Again, can you post it?
Very short amount of time. It was like she had a low budget. She had a very short amount of time. She pulled it together. She was directing, producing, starring, writing, like everything. And it was
I didn't direct. Kelsey directed.
Well, but you were involved in the directing process.
Yeah. Thank you.
Everything.
The first director got fired, guys. Just the whole story with that. The first director got fired, and maybe we can do something like we can do a live with the Back to Bridgewood Cat.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
And we could talk about the experience, because it was a completely different experience from our first director to our second director. It was a lot of fun with the second director. The first director, I almost went to jail, guys.
Literally. I think I would have been in jail too.
But I love your support. Please check out my website again. Can you put my website up by chance, if that's possible?
Yeah, is it on the second flyer?
No, it's not even on there. It's
okay.
nakiabarese.com if you're interested in purchasing the DVD. But it is going to be Apple TV. You have to buy it on Apple TV, or rent it on Apple TV or Amazon Fandango. Actually, it's going across on the top. Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. What do we have coming up?
Well, we wanted to do a giveaway, actually, because we have reached 51 point something thousand views. We are so grateful. It's just just been such a fun experience for us, and we love that it makes all of you happy. So we wanted to do a little giveaway and encourage people to please subscribe. It's free to subscribe. We are hoping to get to 100,000 this year. So let's do it. Please share
Do
with
it,
your friends, family. It's free. You can't get anything for free.
Yeah, join our team. How about, what if we let Mr. Alexis choose the winner? How do you feel about that?
Yes.
So how are you gonna do the thing? The
However you like to do it. You
Is
can you can look in the chat
Oh.
and choose wherever your finger falls. Whoever's live right now, they're one of them are going to be the winner. So
All right, I am doing randomly right now. It's going crazy, the chat. Like I'm like literally gonna stop in 5, 4. Keep on chatting, everyone. Keep on throwing chats. 3, 2, and 1. And I landed on Lafayette Williams. Lafayette Williams. That's who I landed on with a lot of applauses.
Congratulations.
I mean, I went crazy, by the way. It wasn't like I was going scrolling up. No. Like, I mean, I couldn't see any names as I was going crazy on the chat just to make sure I didn't, land on someone that was probably spamming their names too many times.
So Lafayette, just email us at powerrangersplayback@gmail.com and message us with your address, and we will send you out a prize.
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
And we'll have more giveaways coming up. You know what we would love to hear? I would love to hear. What else would you like to see on the channel? What else would you type it on the side there, and or send us an email at powerrangersplayback@gmail.com, powerrangersplayback@gmail.com, with any ideas that you'd like to see on our channel. We'll be having another live next month, so stay tuned. Lafayette, congratulations again, and make sure you email us for your prize.
And I'll go ahead and make a graphic for you guys so you guys can post it on Power Rangers Playback, pin it on your IG channel, so that way people can also just comment on all the ideas that they would like for you guys. It's a lot easier for you to kind of just like scroll and be like, oh.
Great idea. That's a great idea.
Maybe they should hire Alex to be more producing stuff here like this. Yeah. What do you think?
Right. I like that.
I'm not for hire. I'm just doing it because I love these two.
We love it. We love having you help. It makes it so much smoother.
Yes, love you tremendously. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us today. Oh, we didn't do this super chat. We have to at least do super chat, raise them up high before we leave. Ready? Super chat. Raise them up
high.
Bye, guys.
Bye.